What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I want to talk about how my job, my new job, the job that I just started working at a couple days ago, is actually better, way better than I thought. And I'm not just talking about the job itself. I'm talking about the company and building yourself a career over there, part-time. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos. Subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. This right here is the limited edition Christmas line. This was actually supposed to get pulled from the store yesterday, being that today's the day after Christmas. I decided to extend it until New Year's Eve, so please get one while you can. A portion of the proceeds are going directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Help us raise a little bit of money for the children with cancer this year. Try out some G Fuel Energy Formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Download Webull, fund your account. They're going to give you up to 12 free fractional shares just for doing so. And if you refer one friend, click the little invite button, send it to one person that you know, they're going to give you either $100 or $200 worth of free Apple stock, which you can keep and hold on to, or you can sell and use the cash to buy something you'd rather have instead. And you can actually repeat this promo 10 times, aka $1,000 to $2,000 worth of free Apple stock. Webull link in the description. Everything is linked in the description. All right, so today I wanted to give another update on what I have going on. So if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I have been posting somewhat frequent updates on this project that I'm working on, aka a new part-time job in addition to the full-time job that I've been working at. I decided in November actually that I wanted to get myself a new part-time job. I had a couple of requirements because I'm in a position where I could be picky. They have to, meet my standards, I'd like to say. One of the standards being, and I'll run through this quick because I've said it a couple times now, one standard, it has to be a superstar powerhouse of a company that I have no doubt will still be thriving in the next 30 years. Next requirement is that they have to offer a 401k to the part-timers because I just want to work there part-time. I want to build a secondary 401k in addition to the main one that I'm working on. 2.5 is that the 401k, there also has to be a company match. I'm not too picky with what the match looks like, 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever. And then 4, or I guess technically 3, is there has to be some form of an employee stock ownership plan or program that they have, aka discounted, stock purchasing plan, whatever, 15% off, whatever it is, has to be something like that. Some form. I want to build equity in where I'm working. This new job checks all of those boxes. Now, funny enough, when I started applying, I put out 18 job applications across 3 different companies, and I want to say of the 18, I think 15, about 15 of them were different locations with this one particular company. I really had my eyes set on this company. This was my first choice, but second choice and potentially third choice were fantastic options as well. I narrowed it down to those 3, and I was like, I want to work with any of these 3, and if I get choice 2 or 3, I will work there, and every couple of months I will continue putting out applications for my first choice and make my way over there. That's that was just my method of doing things. But anyway, I ended up getting my first choice, and like I said, it checks all the boxes. Now, I've been explaining over the series of videos that I've been doing documenting the progress or the process, I guess, starting with deciding that I want to get a new part-time job, what I want to do with the part-time income, aka begin making principal-only payments on my car, pay it off sooner, put a nice chunk percentage into the 401k, and start building equity in the company. So that was kind of like the original concept, like that I want to get a new part-time job, what I want to do with the part-time income. Documented applications being put out, interviews being scheduled, canceling interviews because I got an offer letter, a really good offer letter. And this company, I've been working there for really just a couple of days at this point. By the time this video comes out, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But it's actually way better than I thought. And I'm not just talking about the job itself, what I do. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the company and what they have to offer is better or more than what I expected. And I'm really happy about that. So like I said, back to some of my requirements. Here's where things get a little bit, you know, there are some pleasant surprises. First thing was how much they were gonna pay me, because I didn't have super high expectations, because this is, after all, just a part-time job. I was under the impression that part-time jobs just give you minimum wage, and that's just kind of what I was expecting. I was like, I don't know, and I want as much as I possibly can, but I wasn't expecting much. I was like, I don't care. Most of it's going to go into the 401k anyway, and the rest is going to go towards my car. So I'm not too picky. For part-time job, you know, how much can you really ask for? They ended up giving me just a tad bit less than I'm making at my full-time job. What on God's green earth? How is that even possible? But thank you. And after 30 days, I get a small pay bump. And then every year after that, you get another pay bump. So an annual pay raise. And you have the opportunity of requesting an additional pay raise. So in theory, you could potentially get 2 pay raises a year. You're probably not going to get 2 every single year, but you have the ability, based on performance, you have the ability to ask halfway through the year for another pay raise, which is awesome. So that's nice. That was nice. That was a nice, pleasant surprise. They offered me more money than I was even expecting. In addition to that, I have been celebrating the fact that I can start contributing to a 401k part-time in addition to the 401k that I contribute to full-time. And the way I had explained it while doing these, you know, documenting the process videos that I've been doing, the way that I explained it was that I think the company match is structured up to 4%. Or no. Yeah, no, up to 4%. This was my original understanding. They match up to 4%. They match 100% of the first 3%, and then 50% of the following percent, the fourth percent, aka a 3.5% match, basically. Well, I was mistaken. It's actually 100% of the first 3% and 50% of the following 2%. So if you contribute 4%, or no, okay, let me explain it a little bit more intelligently. 100% of the first 3%, 50% of the following percent, and then 50% of another following percent. So it's not really a 3.5% match, it's closer to a 4% match, and you get that full 4%. I'm probably explaining this terribly. But the way that it's structured, if, let's just say you make $100 a week, and you contribute 5%, $5. They're going to contribute $4. Your first $3 that you contributed, they're going to match dollar for dollar. So that's $3 right off the bat. And then that fourth dollar that you contributed, they're going to match 50% of that. So that's 50 cents. So now it's not $3, it's $3.50 for $4 that you contributed. But then the fifth dollar that you contributed, that 5%, they're also going to match 50%. So another 50 cents, which brings your $3.50 up to $4. I hope I'm explaining that right. I hate the whole 50% match thing. It's confusing. But anyway, if you contribute 5%, you're getting essentially 4% match. That's the best way that I can explain it. The simplest way that I explain it to people is I just tell people it's a 4% match. It's just easier to understand that way. So anyway, that was a pleasant surprise. Another, this one wasn't really a surprise. I knew this already, but another one is the stock ownership plan. It's not a discounted stock price. They actually give it to you for free. And what's even better is that it's a privately owned company, so you can't buy it on the stock market. It's not available to investors. It's exclusive, only available to the people who work for the company. Just the workers, the managers, the people on the corporate level. And basically, as long as you're averaging 1,000 hours a year or more, so standard 20-hour week part-time job all the way up to full-time position, they're going to give you a percentage of your salary in this privately owned company stock, which is awesome. And I believe after 2 years or 1 year, after 4 years, you're 100% vested. I don't remember off the top of my head what percentage it is along the way. 4 years is 100%, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that 3 years is 75, 2 years is 50, 1 year is 25. I believe that's how it's structured. So that's another good thing. That's another cool thing right there. And there's plenty of room to grow with this company as well. Like I could, build something up for myself. I could build something really serious up for myself part-time. I don't have to invest full-time hours into working for this company to build something up worthwhile. I can actually do it part-time. Not a lot of part-time jobs will say that, or not a lot of people that work part-time jobs have the ability to say that. This is something that I can do that part-time, in addition to what I'm already doing full-time. So what I'm doing full-time is the same thing everybody else is doing full-time, but I'm contributing 5% of the 5% of my full-time job paycheck because I get a 5% match. I also contribute enough out of my paycheck every week to be on track to maxing out, or starting in 2024 I'm doing this. I will be contributing enough every single week out of my paycheck to set myself on track to maxing out my HSA for the year. So 5% to the 401k with a 5% match, and maxing out an HSA, which my full-time job throws $500 a year into for me, which makes it a little bit easier to max out. Then as for the part-time job, I haven't yet decided what percent I'm going to go with. I forgot. Here's another thing, another pleasant surprise. Another thing that I had been saying over the last couple of weeks is that after 3 months, you become eligible to start making contributions to the 401k, and then after a year, you start getting the match. Well, that year to get the match is accurate, but as it turns out, I don't have to wait 3 months. I only have to wait 1 month. So in January, I'll be able to start making contributions. The second week of January, I'll be able to start making contributions, which is good news right there. Now, until I get the match, I don't know how much I'm going to contribute. Being that this is just a part-time job, and I'm more focused on building something up for myself for the future later on down the road, as opposed to just, needing to take home, more take-home pay. I'm probably going to be contributing a larger amount than what most people ordinarily would. There's my shut up alarm to let me know the video is getting too long. So to start, I'm probably going to do like 10 to 25%. And I think I'm allowed to go all the way up to 50%. So maybe next year, or, well, I guess technically, well, yeah, I guess next year, a year from hiring is when you start getting the match. So I guess December of next year, maybe I'll bump it up. But for the year of 2024, I'm probably just going to do 20 to 25% and put, you know, majority of the rest of that into principal only payments for my car. Probably, I'm thinking that's probably the move. And then when I start getting the match, I'll probably just bump it up even more. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. One of my plans is to eventually work my way up to contributing enough out of the part-time paycheck to, with company match included, to equate to $193 being contributed every single week, because $193 a week is $10,000 a year, and one day I would like to work my way up to being able to do that. So that's definitely a goal of mine for the future. Anyway, if you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. This right here is the DYDSS Christmas line. I know Christmas ended already, but I'm keeping these in the store until New Year's Eve. A portion of the proceeds are going directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Grab a t-shirt or a hoodie in the next couple of days. Let's raise some money for the children with cancer. Try out some G Fuel Energy Formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get yourself your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. They're going to give you up to 12 free fractional shares just for doing so. And if you refer one friend, they're going to give you either $100 or $200 of free Apple stock. And you can take advantage of this promo this month 10 times. Refer 10 friends, click the little invite button, send it to however many people, 1, 2, 5, 10, whatever, and they're going to give you $100 to $200 per successful referral, aka all the way up to 10, $1,000 to $2,000 worth of free Apple stock. Please do not pass up on an opportunity. We will link in the description. Everything is linked in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.